Blue Jays walk-off victims against White Sox. Chicago. White Sox starter James Shields had given up a league-leading 294 home runs since 2007. It took a matter of minutes before Josh Donaldson made it 295. 2 out in the first inning, on a 1-2 count, and Donaldson turned on a fastball hung fetchingly over the plate, launching his 11th jack of the season maybe a foot over the outstretched glove of center fielder Adam Engel.
For his valiant effort, Engel made crashing contact with the chain-link fence, bouncing off one of the padded, but hard, section dividers, and collapsing in a horrible heap. Looked worse than it was, apparently, as Engel got up gingerly after a worrisome little while, waved off medical attention and stayed in the game. 3 innings later Russell Martin made it 296, cranking a limpid fastball 408 feet beyond the left center wall, and this time Engel didn't bother chasing a ball that was good and gone. "Yes indeed," said Justin Smoke, launching solo homer number 3 for the visitors just one batter later, practically tearing the hide off a changeup that landed some 413 feet away in the right field seats. And none of that mattered. None of it meant a damn thing by the time the game was done.
From a 6-0 lead in the 7th inning for the Blue Jays to a walk-off 7-6 win for the Sox in the bottom of the 9th at stupidly renamed Guaranteed Rate Field. Marco Estrada, at least, adroitly averted losing 6 straight decisions for the first time in his major league career. That was the only upside of the night. Then the Sox clawed back a quad, including back-to-back home runs, off a messy tandem relief inning by Joe Biagini and Ryan Tapere in the 8th. Roberto Osuna blew what remained of the save, on 3 hits and 1 hit batter, his second consecutive blown save, second straight AL.
Ugliest and scariest episode of the whole evening, though, was a gruesome collision between Yoan Moncada and Willie Garcia off an innocent little Darwin Barney blooper in the 6th frame.
Garcia fielded the ball, it popped back out of his glove, and then got struck in the head by Moncada, who'd come racing across on the play. Moncada's knee banged against Garcia's right temple and both were left splayed on the grass while trainers from both teams came out to triage. Garcia got to his feet and was able to leave the game on his own steam. Moncada was stretchered off. Knee contusion for Moncada, head contusion for Garcia. Meanwhile, with almost nobody paying attention, 3 Jays, Kendrys Morales, Ryan Goins and Kevin Pillar, crossed the plate on what was scored a double for Barney and the Jays led 6-0.
Then it all went pear-shaped. 24 hours later, Steve Pearce was, quite understandably, still savoring the glory of his Grand Slam walk-off Sunday back at the Rogers Center, Toronto scoring 6 in the bottom of the 9th against the Angels, largest 9th-inning comeback in franchise history. That, of course, came 3 days after Pearce likewise Grand Slammed Toronto to a walk-off victory versus Oakland.
It's become a thing, albeit a thing, 2 salamis in one season, only twice done before. As a kid, those are your backyard fantasies, down by 3, bottom of the 9th inning, come up and hit a walk-off Grand Slam. It's stuff you dream about. So, definitely a story to recount to his grandkids someday years down the road. Maybe he won't feel the need to be so modest about it by then. Very fortunate. Both instances the guys in front of me, they grinned it, grinned it, grinned it, grinned it, worked it, worked it, worked it, worked it. And both times the pitcher was exhausted by the time they got to me. Everything fell into place. Pearce had clearly got inside the head of Bud Norris. I laid off a couple of pitches that he wanted me to swing at. When I fell into a favorable count I knew he finally had to give me something that I was looking for.
It was the first time Pearce had ever faced Norris in his closer gig. They've been teammates for 3 years, 2013 to 2015, in Baltimore, in Norris' starter era. Not that their earlier friendship had rendered Pearce remotely sympathetic towards Norris' plight as he trotted around the bases, welcomed at the plate in ecstatic celebration. No pity, definitely not. This game is tough. If you fail 7 times out of 10, you're awesome. It's hard enough as it is for a hitter, so I don't feel sorry for any pitcher.
The White Sox were coming off their own home run walk-off, rookie Matt Davidson doing the heroics in a 3-1 victory over Cleveland on Sunday. A frisson of joy for a team amidst a massive rebuilding project that continued with the dispatch, also on Sunday, of ex-J Malky Cabrera, restored to Kansas City. That trade has left only Jose Abreu as the last White Sox standing from the 2015 squad as GM Rid Khan implements a merciless dismantling. Over precisely 1 year, since the 31st of July 2016, Chicago has traded a dozen of its big league players, receiving 22 minor leaguers in return. Among the departed, Chris Sale and Jose Quintana.
Plenty of young talent on the field now, but the transition has been painful. Heading into Monday night's engagement with Toronto, the Sox had lost 14 of their last 16, had the worst record in the American League 4-0, 6-2, and were short of putting down their most awful July in franchise history.
That's baseball on the South Side. The Jays will be seeing ex-teammate Francisco Liriano soon enough. Toronto, following an off-day Thursday, pulls into Houston for a weekend threesome. Liriano had been scheduled to start Friday night's game against the Astros. Manager John Gibbons asked pre-game what he thought about incoming prospect Teoscar Hernandez, sharp end of the Liriano trade, who,